Welcome back to NTV at 1 and thank you for staying with us. Let's get back into it. The National Identification and Registration Authority has been registering citizens for their identity cards over the last years. The authority has been addressing Parliament on how many people have obtained their identity cards and which people are yet to receive them. To enlighten us on these matters is the authority's spokesperson, that's none other than Gilbert Kadilo. Many thanks for joining us. A very good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Now, how many people have obtained national IDs in this country and how many people are yet to receive the IDs?
Maybe for a quick background check, we have approximately 40 million Ugandans today, as per the Uganda Bureau of Statistics projections. Of that number, about 19.9 million are persons aged 16 and above. 16 and above by law, according to the Registration of Persons Act, are the persons who are eligible to hold national identification cards. In our operations as NIRA, we have to date printed 18.3 million national identification cards. Of that 18.3 million national identification cards, 17.7 million are first-time national ID productions. The balance of 500,000 or so are persons who have had a second card produced for them, either because they've lost them and they're replacing, or they're changing particulars and things like that. Of the number that has been printed, about 15.6 million have been issued to persons out there. Now, at our offices across the country, we have slightly shy of 3 million national IDs that are ready for issuance but have not been picked by the owners.
Why are we still registering challenges when it comes to obtaining national IDs?
I think we need to appreciate that as an institution that is supposed to have a national presence, we have a situation where the importance of the national ID as a document has skyrocketed. You need the national ID to be able to access various services. At the same time, this is happening when, as an institution, we have not built the full capacity to deliver on that service.
You have not built the full capacity. But do you envisage a time when at least 90% of all Ugandans will be able to obtain a national ID?
Now, I want to re-emphasize that only persons aged 16 plus are mandated to hold national IDs by law. And if we go by the current statistics, of the population age 16 plus that is mandated to hold national IDs, we are at approximately 89% of that segment. Of course, the remaining segment are persons aged below 16, these are children, who are also expected to be registered. However, we are capturing those through other methods of registration, continuous registration, but also registration of births. Yes.
Has the process been eased for our people who are living outside Uganda?
For persons living outside Uganda, we are exploring options of taking services to them.
Indeed.
On a number of occasions during the Ugandan conventions that are routinely held outside this country, in the US, in the UK, we do send teams that go and register. However, for a more permanent solution, we are working with our Ministry of Foreign Affairs through the Ugandan missions abroad to establish registration points for Ugandans out there. As I speak, we have established registration points at our missions in Washington, D.C., in the U.S., in Pretoria, in South Africa, and London in the UK.
You've also had ongoing initiatives to register citizens in the country at LC3 level and also in the schools.
Yes.
Tell us more about this progress you've made.
Yes, intermittently when resources allow, because currently our structure stops at the district level. But we recognize that there is a need out there, and there are some challenges of access to these services.
Indeed.
So whenever resources are made available to us, we have short-term interventions where we get to the sub-county level and do carry out registration and issuance activities at that level. Actually, next month in April, we do expect to carry out an issuance exercise to try and reduce on the number of IDs that we have in our possession. Under normal circumstances, routinely people are expected to go to the NIRA district or division office and pick their cards. But we are saying that with the resources we have, let us take a few days or a few weeks to go to the sub-county with these cards and ask those that have not picked their cards
And finally, Gilbert, what are NIRA's upcoming initiatives in 2020? In a nutshell, we are wrapping up.
Of course, we shall continue. Our work is routine. Registration of persons is established by law to continue in perpetuity. It's not going to stop. We shall continue to register persons and issue them with national identification cards and other relevant documents as per our mandate.
Gilbert Kadilo, the NIRA spokesperson, many thanks for having made the time to speak to us.
Pleasure,
Yes,
pleasure.
yes. Thank you very much for coming.